I was watching the big inning thing today. Oh, there you go. There you go. There's Devers. Give me Devers.
Yeah,
Get it fucking started.
I
That's the
can't
best
see
way to start
anything.
the show.
See, you
You can't
spoiled
see
it for me.
anything? Oh no. Fuck, I didn't mean to ruin that for you.
No, I don't know.
Rafael Devers.
I would have found out either way.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, that's a
Double?
perfect way to start the show. Welcome back to Chaotically Intolerant, episode 200. Rafael Devers has officially broken his hitless streak to a one-run double against the Baltimore Orioles. It finally happened. I guess he doesn't need to lose the weight, right, Caleb?
No, yeah. We'll see. I don't know if that has too much to do with it, but that swing looked pretty good now that I'm actually seeing it.
Yeah, looks real good. Before we get into the show, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to Caleb for joining us on the show today. It's been a while since he's been back, but he's back. And let's go. All right, Caleb. So we got a full week of baseball under our belts now. It's been pretty awesome having baseball back, opening week. What was your favorite moment first of opening week for you?
For me, what fired me up was Christian Campbell's first Major League homer. Me being a Homer Sox fan, that I've been hearing about this guy for the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. He got paid today. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that first homer, that first hit, first RBI fired me up. I'm so excited for this dude.
Yeah. What was the contract again? I cannot remember.
8 years, $60 million. Today. It was 8 years, $60 million. 2 club options to make it potentially $10.96 million.
Yeah, so big. I mean, that's a steal if you get what you're expecting out of Christian Campbell, a dominant infield glove that you've been really looking for, especially after the absence of Dustin Pedroia. Because I mean, we haven't had a second baseman in 8 years. It's been about 8.
Yeah, I think
10 years.
They were talking about it on Section 10. They had, I think, 7 or 8 different second basemen in the last 7 or 8 years, which is ridiculous. We've thought that could have been Bregman this year, but I mean, I'm glad Campbell's locked in there for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, obviously that was the big debate, and then Raffy has struggled, to say the least, to start the year, but he's finally gets that hit under his belt, and I think that's going to help him take a little bit of that pressure off. Just relax, say, you're good, you're the star here. I mean, we really should not be calling for trading Rafael Devers or Tristan Casas or Trevor Story, because those guys have all struggled to start the year. But Devers, of course, with the drama in the offseason, he's the leader of the, hey, let's trade this guy. Just all reactionary, right? I mean, I think it's all reactionary. We're 5 games in. This is great.
Yeah, and I think the Doomers didn't realize Devers spent all offseason just resting. He wasn't doing baseball activities. I think he picked up a bat when he got to JetBlue Park in January or February. I forget when he officially arrived. And then he was just taking ABs in the backfield. He played 4, 5, 6 spring training games. The dude hasn't gotten the reps that he needs. I mean, he's finally getting better swings on the ball today, but I think it's a good sign once he starts warming up and getting hot again. We won't worry about this at the end of the year when he finishes with 35 homers and an 890 OPS.
I think a lot of these people, these Doomers, have never watched a full baseball season before. If this happened...
They watched the Red Sox in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s that just constantly disappointed them. And that's just kind of become their crutch at this point. This is same old Red Sox. It's grow up.
If Devers is 0 for 20, I think after his first at bat with 19 Ks or whatever the number is,
15
in June, we're not even having this conversation. Right. This is not even a discussion it's not even in the top 50 topics list, I think, of a baseball season. Right. This is insane.
If there's a discussion, it's, wow, he looks like shit right now. That's kind of the extent of it. Right now, this is all you've seen of Rafael Devers in 2025. So this is all you've kind of experienced with him. And this is where your brain goes, oh, he's gonna suck for the rest of the year. It's a long season, man. There's 157 games left, 156 games, whatever. Especially after that RBI double, I feel a lot better. I'm not too worried.
Yeah. But let's go into this first week of baseball. It was beautiful. There was a lot of good, a lot of bad things that happened. And I want to start with a positive thing. Who's your team of the week?
I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres because the whole story of the offseason was the Dodgers. Oh, the Dodgers are going to dominate the West. Dodgers brought in Tanner Scott. Dodgers brought in Roki Sasaki and Blake Snell and Kirby Yates. And I think the Padres were kind of an afterthought,
Mhm.
especially, losing Jerks and Profar. I mean, that ended up being not such a bad thing. And they got a couple pitchers on the shelf and a couple more that are probably on their way out after the season to free agency. So I don't think expectations were all the way there for the Padres. I mean, but they've held their own. I mean, they beat the Braves. I get the Braves are 0-6 right now, but they're not a terrible team. The Padres came in, worked them a little bit, and then I forget who they're playing this week, but I mean they're 7-0. That's all you can ask for. It doesn't get any better than that to start the season, but I could see them kind of carrying this through the season. Maybe not taking the NL West crown from the Dodgers, but to find themselves back in the playoffs, maybe back in the NLCS. I like to start their own.
Yeah, I think a lot of people more saw Arizona as the leading contender to stop this horrible tyrant of the LA Dodgers in the West and in the National League. But San Diego, maybe if they can continue this pace, we'll have two people fighting, joining forces. Maybe we can just make them the Arizona Padres and have them just all play, take all their best players and play against the Dodgers, because that would only be fair at this point for how stacked this Dodgers team is.
I mean, one hell of a rotation.
Yeah, holy shit. I don't even know if Shohei can survive that rotation.
He might
Um,
not even survive the Dodgers rotation.
I'm gonna go with the New York Yankees for my team of the week. I mean, all the shit that we all talked about the Yankees and about how this team is just not as good. They lost Soto, they don't have Stanton, right? And no Garrett Cole as well. And they just come out and they absolutely destroy the Milwaukee Brewers. All 4 games they kill them. I mean, it looked easy for them. And you got the torpedo bats, which, I mean, if you want to complain about the torpedo bats, everyone has used them. Everyone has tried them out. You texted me that Alex Bregman used one today. Players are requesting them. It's clearly not illegal because they're allowed to use them. And Mariucci, who is the producer of them, is still going to be making them. And players are stop being a baby, basically. If you don't like the bats, if you don't like home runs, if you don't like runs, then you're a loser. You don't like baseball. Make the pitchers work harder. That's what you should be doing. And just because it's the Yankees, I feel like that's why there's complaining. And we both hate the Yankees. I mean, you're born with it. If you're a Red Sox fan, you wake up,
Yeah.
you come out of the womb, and you're like, fuck the Yankees. Yankees suck. You chant that. All your parents do that, but I'm still not going to complain that much about the torpedo bats. It's not a big deal. But yeah, the New York Yankees, team of the week. I mean, they're really fucking good right now, and that really hurts my soul because I thought the Red Sox would have a bit more of a clear path to the AL East. But
Yeah,
it's
and on those bats, if it was something bending the rules or whatever, I might feel some type of way about it. But it's legal. It's been checked. It was used. Apparently, I just learned that Stanton was using it last year in the postseason. I don't know if that's 100% true or not. If you ever heard that, but I don't think the reason the Yankees scored 20 runs and hit 9 home runs in a game is because of the bats. It's because Nestor Cortez is flipping them 88-mile-an-hour dick balls down the middle, and they're hitting in a little league park.
he's doing the
Um,
same thing he was doing for forever, really.
yeah, it's I don't. I mean, Francisco Lindor's using the bat. I mean, it's last time I checked, he was 0 for something. I'm sure he's gotten a hit by now, but it's not. It's not like it's some metal bat with tennis balls in it. It's a wood bat. It's a concentrated barrel. It's a different shape, and it works for guys. And so, unless it's deemed illegal, I could give less of a shit. Get the
Yeah,
guy out.
yeah. Just get him out. Just don't let him hit the baseball. That's what you're supposed to do as a pitcher. Or don't let him barrel it up either. I mean, that's where the danger comes. You move the wood to the barrel. Don't let him barrel it up. Try and jam them. Try and make it harder to hit with the barrel. Throw them high and tight. Throw them a little more outside. Try and get them to chase. If you're complaining about a guy getting a hit on a pitch in the strike zone, then what are we supposed to say here? I don't understand. That's the point of baseball.
I mean, I see that. I mean, the barrel's closer to the body. I'm throwing pitches constantly away from the body. I'm
Yeah.
throwing it away from the barrel as much as physically possible, and maybe easier said than done, but that's just personally what I would do. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do as a pitcher.
Yeah.
That's just your job as a pitcher. What about your player of the week?
My player of the week, damn it, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna say Judge. This is already too much Yankee love for my liking,
Yeah.
but the stats don't lie. He had a 3-homer game without the torpedo bat. Not like it fucking matters, but he's drawn 3 walks. He's hitting 375, 1700 OPS. I mean, I don't want him to do Aaron Judge things, but he's doing Aaron Judge things. Like, I don't see how you can pitch to him. If I saw the rest of that Yankee lineup, I'm pitching around him, regardless of who's got a torpedo bat and who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want him to win MVP, but he's on that track again. It's still early, obviously, but he's still the best hitter in the American League.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just Aaron Judge. He's a fucking monster. And I think Judge was mine. He was going to be my pitcher of the week, but I'm going to go Nate Eovaldi, former Red Sox, Nasty Nate. I want to pull up his stats here, his game log. I know he did have a complete game shutout. No,
He did.
Someone told he did have a complete game
Yeah.
shutout.
He had a Maddox, 99 pitches.
Yes, that's true. I forgot about that. But I mean, he was great against Boston on Friday. Was that Friday that he pitched?
Thursday. That was opening day.
Oh, he did pitch opening day for some reason.
Yeah, DeGrom got game 4. I was thinking DeGrom was going to get the opening day, but it was Eovaldi.
Well, yeah, you got to get everything you can out of DeGrom. You can't even give him like a 3-day break in between opening day and his start because he might get hurt getting into a shower. But Nate Eovaldi, Nasty Nate. I mean, I just love seeing that guy. I have his autographed ball sitting on my TV stand right now. He is just, I think he's just the epitome of grit, and we saw it. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times in Boston, and you see it in Texas. Give me Nasty Nate. What about your bum-ass team of the week? Who was the bum-ass team of the week?
I don't want to be the anti-Red Sox guy right now, but
No, you can be the anti-Red Sox guy right now.
no. I think I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go to the Brewers. Their pitching staff just looks horrible. I'm not just saying that because I hate the Yankees and I want to make an excuse of why the Yankees spotted 20 runs, but your game 2 starter of the season is Nestor throwing little 88 Monarch cutters up there. They're giving up 20 runs. I think they gave up 13 or 14 the next day. There's nothing that excites me about their pitching. Freddie Peralta looked pretty good today. I don't remember how his start finished out, but I mean, they're really missing Woodruff. They're really missing Burns. I'm sure they're going to miss Devin Williams when they can get a lead in the game. I mean, and they lost their best hitter, Willie Adames. They just don't excite me. I'm shocked they have 2 wins at this point. I want to go with the Red Sox, but just the Brewers just look flat, lifeless. It's not a good brand of baseball to watch.
Thank you for leaving the Red Sox open to me because I'm going to make them my bum-ass team.
We are a self-hating pod today.
Listen, when you go into the season in the final couple weeks and MLB.com is picking you to win the American League East and pretty much every analyst is picking you to win the division and you come out and start 1-4, especially after a season where you're not very good and everyone's kind of rolling their eyes when they see those predictions of, oh, this is just the media having a Red Sox bias. You're proving them right. You're proving all those haters right now. And I know more than anyone, I know we're 5 games into the season. This is clearly not indicative of the rest of the year. But again, you go 1-4 to start the year with Devers and like your big key pieces just struggling to come out of the gate. I mean, Rafi Devers didn't even take a stand out of the gate. He just stood there, in the middle of the starting gate and didn't move. It hasn't been good whatsoever. And everyone's talked about how good of an offseason this Red Sox team has. And then you see him extend Garrett Crochet, who, I mean, he was good on opening day. He wasn't fantastic. It was embarrassing. I think I would be embarrassed to be a Red Sox right now. But again, You're 5 games into the year, so this is not indicative of your season, but you want to see him bounce back. But that's my bum ass team of the week. I'm gonna leave the door open for you, Caleb, for your bum ass player of the week. I think he's going to be on the Red Sox. Who
I don't want
who's
to
your
do
bum
it.
ass player of the
I don't
week?
want to do it. I don't want to be a Red Sox fan hopping on here just shitting all over my favorite players.
But this is just there's a good reason to shit on your favorite players right now.
Right now, yeah, but I mean, hey, he's got an RBI double. I was thinking about Arias because three-time batting champion, I believe. He was 0 for coming into today. He hit a home run today. But I followed too closely with him. Because we've touched on Devers a little enough.
Yeah.
There's nobody that. Oh, let's go Wilson Contreras. Yeah, there we go.
Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras. I'm scrolling through the strikeout leaders here, but the dude's hitting 043 with a 170 OPS he's played all 6 games. He has 1 hit. It is a double to his credit with 2 RBIs, but he's only walked once. He's punched out 10 times. He's under contract for another couple years. I can't remember off the top of my head what the rest of his deal is, but I know he's getting paid a good amount. And nobody's showing up to those Cardinals games. Nobody excites me in that lineup anymore. Goldschmidt's gone and washed. Arenado's washed. And Contreras is probably one of the younger guys that's under control on this team, and it's obviously it's early, but dude's not hitting.
Yeah. Is there anything exciting about the Cardinals? Like anything exciting about them
Sonny
this
Gray.
year?
The future Red Sox closer Ryan Helsley, but who knows how many times he's going to get the pitch for them this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with a team you mentioned earlier, the Atlanta Braves. I'm going to go with Austin Riley.
I was looking at him too.
A third baseman, especially like a cornerstone of your team that you really want to see at least get somewhat of a hot start, maybe set the tone for your team a little bit. And he, in 22 at-bats, he's batting 091 with a double, a homer, an RBI, and 10 strikeouts in 22 at-bats. Now, it's not Rafi Devers bad, but at least because we hammered on Devers so badly to start the show, I don't want to keep doing that. So I'm going to go with Austin Riley. Just a real tough start for the guy. Congratulations on your bum ass player of the week award, Austin. Not good. I really do hope you pick it up. And then let's go with the surprise player of the week. Who's your surprise player of the week?
I kind of want to go with Wilmer Flores. The dude had he had a 2-homer game. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. I'm lost on my timeline here, but Flores, the average isn't there, but it's 2025. Who looks at batting average anymore? He's hitting 227, he's slugging 773. This is ridiculous. And a 1065 OPS. He's got 4 homers on the year. I know he had at least 1 homer today. He's got 5 hits, 4 of them homers, but he's driving in runs, 10 RBIs. He's not walking, but I mean, Wilmer Flores isn't a name that you listen to, you hear, and you think, oh, he's tied for second in the league in homers. Obviously, it's small sample size, but we think of Wilmer Flores as that little geeky kid on the Mets that was crying at shortstop. I know he's got some pop, but what is OPS again? A 1065 OPS is never really something I've associated with Wilmer Flores.
Yeah, definitely. My guy is a Yankee hater. He's one of the biggest Yankee haters out there. He was pulled in a no-hitter for the Chicago White Sox. Going Martin Perez. 6 innings, no hits. You're such a bad team. Like, the White Sox are not a good baseball team. You're not sitting here thinking, man, we got to make sure like we really plan our guys out because we're going to make a playoff push this year. Martin Perez gets pulled in a no-hitter, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, no hits, of course. He's my surprise player of the week because I mean, how many of us are expecting that out of Martin Perez? How old is Martin? Let me look up his age.
He's been
He's
doing it for a
33.
while. Oh, that's
33-year-old
it.
Martin Perez.
I would have guessed
Yeah,
like
I was
36.
I was kind of surprised too. But 33-year-old Martin Perez, really frustrating to see him pulled in that game. To be honest, I mean, I hate it when you get pulled in a no hitter, no matter what. That's an unwritten rule in baseball. You should not be pulled in a no hitter unless there is an already just agreed upon pitch count limit, or maybe it's just like one of those like Pedro Martinez games where you walk the bases loaded. You have a ton of walks. Like I think he did that with the Expos where he walked the bases loaded at one point in like the 10th inning of a no hitter and they lost. But congrats to Martin Perez. I think that's the best award for us is the surprising player of the week, because that's just some guy who has like the game of his life or maybe the week of his life, and you want to give those guys their flowers more than anything.
Yeah, again, it's like the Tops Now cards in MLB The Show. You get to really enjoy a player that doesn't get enjoyed by many people. It's fun to branch out and I mean it probably helps in the future with immaculate grids and knowing ball, pulling out those random players that had an insane stretch 8 years ago.
Yeah. All right, let's go into some of the series, but I want to talk about the Athletics first. Just the fuck's going on there? What do we got going on in Sacramento? You can't even give the city that's hosting you their flowers for hosting you, because I think when you look them up, let me look at the standings. When you look at the standings, it doesn't have the city or the state name like it normally does for every other team. Like Texas has TEX, the Angels have LAA, Seattle SEA, Houston HOU, Athletics is just ATH.
Yeah,
you're doing interviews in a shed.
I saw the picture of that. It looks so sad. That looks so lonely.
And I bet John Fisher just thinks, he's like, all right, this is pretty good. This is cool. It's intimate. I hate that word. I don't want to hear that word ever from someone like John Fisher. It is not intimate. It's sad. Okay. The Rays can teeter on intimate and sad when it comes to what they're doing with George Steinbrenner. We'll talk about that a little later.
The Rays actually have a legitimate excuse for why they're relocated.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I think that shit is so stupid too. I think there was more feasible solutions than the Yankees stadium of all things. But the Athletics, they get blown out in their home opener in Sacramento. It was like 18 to 3 or 4. This is a Major League Baseball team. And we've been doing this for months now where we just say, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening. It's just, we're pushing it further and further and further. Now, did they have a delay in the game as well?
In the A's game?
Yeah. Was there a delay? I think there was a delay.
I have not stayed up to watch a West Coast game yet this year. That 10 p.m. start time don't work for me. I caught some
highlights. There was a mid-game delay. Yes.
Oh, I saw the video. It was a drone on the field, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a drone, I think, from their broadcast.
Okay.
A drone delay.
I saw the video of the bat boy running out to center field and grabbing it.
Yes.
Or left field, whatever it was.
Chaos, I think just organizational chaos breeds more chaos, where even things that you might say, oh, well, that's not the organization's fault. They had nothing to do with that. Something like the broadcast. I think it's just the chaotic energy, the sad energy of what's going on in that organization right now. Let's just create a new team. Let's just get them, maybe just because Fisher's never going to let go of the A's. So Rob Manfred should just come in and say, you know what, you're going to go down to AAA where you belong. And then we'll just have another team in Oakland.
Just semi-pro it and call up a minor league team.
Yeah, call the A's. Call them the Sacramento A's. Say, John, you have been officially demoted, because that's why we do need the promotion and demotion system like we have it in soccer, because John Fisher is just an asshole. He's just the biggest asshole on the planet, and he doesn't really care about anything.
Sell the team, John.
Just sell the team.
He's never
And
going
I
to, but sell
know,
the team.
yeah, and we can go across the country to Tampa, where the Rays owner is standing up in the middle of the stands and taunting the fans who are chanting to sell the team. He's blowing kisses to them. He's saying he wants more of it. He wants to hear more of it. You're not someone we care about, man. We don't care about the owners of these teams. If you hear about the owner of a baseball team, how many times is it a positive thing? I don't think it's positive too often when you hear about the owner of a baseball team.
The more money they spend, the more positives you hear. But
But again, you
you're
don't
not getting that
really,
out of Tampa and
you hear that more from
Sacramento.
the you hear that more for the GM of like, hey, the GM did a really good job going to get this guy. You don't think of the owner. I mean, listen, when John Henry's spending money, I would love to give him his flowers. I'm a guy who I will give those guys their flowers if they deserve it.
That cigar
But
picture after he signed Bregman though went so hard.
Yeah, it did. And for all the shit that we gave him over the last few years, he finally said, like, all right, I'm doing it. We had a plan. Trust me. We had a plan. I wish they would have been a little bit more open of like, we're trying to build the farm system up. We're trying to do that. Maybe it was just things I missed from him. I could have just missed quotes from him completely.
If you did miss a quote, it was probably a bunch of just empty bullshit. The
Yeah.
dude, the dude isn't a stand-up guy. He's not doing this for the fans. He's not doing this for the winning. He wants to pocket as much money as physically possible. And
And I think they were the most profitable franchise in sports last year, too.
I think they've been up there for a while. I don't know the exact numbers. Both. I think it's both the Rays and the A's are making way more than they're spending shows. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's two jokes of a franchise. There's a reason neither of them have won a title since whenever the last time the A's won 89. Yeah, 89 I think. But it's a joke of they're jokes of franchises. Obviously the Rays can't control their stadium situation, but that's a different topic. It's John Fisher just sucks. I hate John Fisher. I feel for those A's fans. I feel for everyone who lives in the city of Oakland and loves sports and watching three of their teams get ripped from them in a span of whenever the Warriors left, like 6-7 years ago. I can't. I'm not a
He
basketball guy,
looks
but
like the most smug asshole on the planet.
he talks like it
John
too.
Fisher.
He talks
Yeah.
like it too. He talks like he runs the entire fucking league.
Talking about how he's excited to see, like, remember when he said that? He was like, oh, I'm excited to
Yeah.
see the stars hitting home runs in the most intimate environment. Not A's players, other players too.
I think
It's like,
he
dude,
specifically name dropped Aaron Judge when he was talking about.
I think he said Judge and Shohei.
Yeah, Judge and Shohei hitting home runs here. Yeah, off of your pitching, asshole.
Yeah, the dude, like, you're not spending money on the team. They're gonna hit home runs off. Like, how can an owner say that? I don't understand how an owner could ever say that about his team.
And the A's intrigue me too. I don't think they're a terrible team, but I want them to lose in spite of John Fisher, but
I want them to
also
win for their fans.
Win for
Yeah.
their fans, yeah. But dude, it's a solid team. I'm not picking them to go to the ALCS or nothing, but I like Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker. Why am I blanking on his name? Jacob Wilson, Severino in the rotation with JP Sears. Jeffrey Springs looked good in his last start. Love Mason Miller at the back of the bullpen. The A's will turn out some randomly nasty guys and just do nothing with it. But I like the core they've got, and they locked up Lawrence Butler to an extension. I don't know the exact deal. I think if I'm not mistaken, they got Rooker locked up too. But that's a core that I think they can build on, especially in that little minor league stadium. You can see offense going up. They could be fun to watch. I had my little notes app. I wrote down my predictions so I can check at the end of the year. I did have the A's making the third wild card spot just because I really like what they're starting to build, and I could see, especially with how weak the West kind of looks now.
Yeah,
I could see them maybe going out
the
of
vision.
Yeah, going out at the deadline, grab another arm, grab another bat, and boom, I think the AL West is up for grabs. The Rangers look great, but you can still see a team like the A's or even the Angels. The Angels don't even look bad, but teams like that sneaking in would be a lot of fun just because the AL is kind of wide open in general.
I mean, even if you want to go with the Bruce Bochy angle of he wins every other year and he would be scheduled to win this year, they would be
That is
scheduled to win
true.
the World Series. But I mean, those Giants teams that won the World Series, those were wild card teams. I think was it 12 they were a wild card team.
I want to say for 2 of the 3 years they were wild card. I know one of the years they won, they had like crazy low amount of wins, like 85 or 86. All you got to do is make it. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen with a lot of Red Sox teams, the 2021 team, that was an electric team that went to the ALCS. They just had to get in. They had to sneak in the last day, and then boom, electric playoff
Against fucking
effort.
Washington.
Yeah, I don't want to get off on a tangent on that series, but that was some roller coaster shit.
I was driving back from Miami watching the Colts and Dolphins for that final game. It was an afternoon game.
I was driving to Miami.
We probably passed each other.
We might have
at some point.
When Devers hit the home run to dead center to take the lead. We were passing each other, both screaming at the top of our lungs.
Yeah, I mean that was an awesome team. I was in the house in Tampa when we lost that first game, and I think it was a slugfest in that first game. Sale got absolutely shelled, and it was like, oh fuck, we're just gonna go out and die. And that's what it felt like. And then we took game 2, and then you go back to Boston. We never went back to Tampa after that. Like that was that was an awesome team to watch. So, and that was the number 1 seed Rays team. And then you take Houston to 6. And I mean, if Laz Diaz just is competent, right? We might be going to the World Series or at least going to 7 against Houston.
If our offense is competent too. I mean, that call was horse shit, but I think they scored 1 run for the rest of that series. Maybe if at all. I don't know if they did score for the rest of that series.
They shut down too. They got quiet. I think that was definitely a big momentum shifting moment too. But we're not talking about 2021.
I'll never forget playoff Hunter Renfroe.
Oh my God, Hunter! Oh, he's Mike Trout number 2, pretty much.
I mean,
that was if Mike Trout actually saw the playoffs. That's what we would have seen.
Well, neither of them hit in the playoffs, so
that's true.
Sorry, Gary Sanchez almost gave me a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, that's a name I never want to hear again. I don't want to hear anything about Gary Sanchez ever again.
Well, we've got one more game against him this week, so
yeah, and then definitely a bunch more.
Yeah, he'll be cut by then.
Oh shit, I'm behind you. Holy shit.
Yeah, didn't that look 900 feet off the bat?
Well, especially his swing, because he just has such like a lackadaisical swing. He comes through swing. Yeah.
Not to flash back to another Red Sox postseason run, but that 2018 World or ALDS against the Yankees with Gary Sanchez hits the pop up to straightaway left against Kimbrel in the 9th, game 4.
Yeah.
Oh, damn near shit my pants. Oh, I'm off on a tangent again. What we got?
Well, listen, that's a podcast. That's what podcasts are for, right? Just tangents. That's the whole thing. All right, let's go to the Rays situation. The Rays home jerseys under the sun is correct. That's the right thing, right? Like they look good.
You're just talking about the plain home whites?
The plain white home ones, those look fantastic under the sun. Under the LEDs that they have at the Trop, they look awful. It looks just sad. It's depressing. But under the sun, they're gorgeous.
I've always kind of thought the Rays uniforms were pretty clean. I like the sunshine does make the bright white kind of pop like it doesn't in the Trop, but
yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I don't know if they've worn the baby blue jerseys yet at home, but those are the uniforms that I'm a big fan of for them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the City Connects that they have. The 7 is, what is it supposed to be, like neon skateboard type of thing?
Yeah, I don't know the exact what's the word? Like explanation. I don't know the story behind the jersey. Like you see, the Red Sox have the marathon colors, or they did have the marathon colors, but
now they have the Green Monster one too.
Yeah,
which is it's simple. I like the simple look.
I'll let it grow on me when they wear it for the first time. I'm not going to make any judgments yet, but
and then they go fucking 15-0 when they wear them. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
No, but the Rays City Connect, I can picture it in my head. But yeah, I don't know the story behind it. I think it's like a Tampa Club Life. That's how the design kind of looks to me. But uh, I think the Rays have a pretty solid uniform game. I don't mind their City Connects or any of their other
I'd
jerseys.
I'd like the '70s, their throwback uniforms more
Bring
if
back the
they
throwback Devil Rays
actually.
jerseys.
Yeah, well, the Devil Rays, I like those. They have like the '70s look that I would like, but it doesn't make any sense because that team didn't even. It was 30 years before they
Yeah.
even existed. They have like throwback Sundays or whatever, and they wear it's not the Devil Rays. I want the Devil Ray uniforms back. That's what's right to me.
I'm just picturing the black Devil Rays jerseys with it was on Fred McGriff or Carl Crawford.
Oh,
So
the
clean.
vest. Did they have
Yeah,
vests? They had vests.
they
Yeah,
did at some point. Those weren't the specific ones I was talking about, but those are clean too. I'm gonna look those up. Oh, okay, yeah, they had the vest for their home jerseys. It was a
yeah.
vest with
Those
that
were
that
awesome.
dark green on the sleeve.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
yeah.
those are clean. But I'm thinking of the plain black ones. Those are clean.
Yeah, well, I think they should just go back. Maybe just if they don't want to go back to the Devil Rays, because I just say Devil Rays when I'm making fun of the Rays because they were so inept at the time. But if they just want to go back to the Rays with that design scheme, that would be pretty sick too. I would love that.
I want the Diamondbacks to do that too. Give me that purple pinstripe back.
I think everyone has been calling for the Diamondbacks, like the Randy Johnson era
Oh yeah,
Diamondbacks.
I've got my Randy Johnson pinstripe jersey in my closet. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, got to get that shit back. All right. Well, the Rays, I guess, stadium situation. Like I said, the Rays home uniforms, those typical home unis, look fantastic under the sun. But I feel like it's a little insulting for the Rays to be using the Yankee Stadium because I think if the Red Sox or the Orioles or the Blue Jays went to them and said, "Hey, you have an extra stadium. Can we use your stadium because ours was destroyed in the hurricane?" I think they would laugh at you. I think they would say George Steinbrenner would throw up if you ever came to us asking that. But because it's the Rays, they're just like, "Yeah, go ahead, let them use it." They're not a threat. I would be insulted if I was allowed to use it because you're not seen as anything. They just say, "All right, whatever, go do your thing. You're not a threat to us."
So I could see it being more as there was probably some pressure put on them by league officials that was on some unspoken stuff. Is
There you go, Raffy.
yeah,
Sorry.
I saw that. I was trying not to react to, but
My TV is like it. I was losing connection, and I didn't get to watch for the last 20 minutes. So I'm back, and seeing Raffy as a hit as the first thing is fucking awesome.
batting 1,000 his last two at bats. He's
Let's
hot,
go,
baby. Let's
baby.
go.
Let's go. MVP.
Where was I on the race thing? Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Uh,
But yeah, okay. It's at the end of the day, it's a money. It's always going to be a money thing. I personally don't know how many like really usable and fit for Major League Baseball stadiums there are in the Tampa area. I probably not many, and if they do, they don't have a roof on it. But there would be a big surprise to me if it was just the Yankees just said, yeah, you take it. Not like it's that big of a deal, but also like I kind of feel for the Rays players. Like you go into Yankee Stadium like, oh, we're gonna beat the hell out of the Yankees. I
yeah,
hate the Yankees, and then it turns to, oh, we've got basically Yankee Stadium all around us, and we have to
yeah.
pretend like this is our home. They've got the home fans, they've got the Tampa fans out there, but there's it's still got the Yankee feel to it. And if I'm
Yeah.
an in division rival with Yankee stuff everywhere, I'd be sickened. Not like they have really a choice, but I wouldn't love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, first off, this is Florida. So there are within the vicinity of the Trop, like within like 2.5 hours, there are probably 10 different usable stadiums, like stadiums that are usable for Major League Baseball. I mean, look at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando. That's probably about 2 hours away. You have University of South Florida, University of Tampa, right there. Those are two stadiums that I guarantee you, those universities would be like, yeah, come use our stadium. Like, we would welcome you. Like, the players, I guarantee you, would love having pros just in and around there.
If they
They
had
could do
major
a
league, if they had major league games at University of Tampa Stadium, the Rays would set a record for home runs. That place
is it
is
small?
it's a sandbox.
It is.
I
I
could
mean,
probably
it
look on
can't
there.
be much worse than Yankee Stadium.
It might be. The walls are so short. It's just a giant 30-foot net above like a 6-foot wall.
Hold on, let me look up University of Tampa.
It's a beautiful stadium. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's I wouldn't put major league hitters there. Steinbrenner Field is the best option for it, which is why I'm
University
sure
of
there was
Tampa
some
is
pushback.
fucking small.
Yeah.
I did not think it was that small. 750 spectators. Okay,
Yeah, we
University
played
of
there a couple
Tampa
times.
is out of the question. They don't
USF
even have.
USF has a nice stadium. I know they have a lot of like renovated stuff that they have there, but I would say the pushback, or not the pushback, but the pressure put on the Yankees to let the Rays use it comes from like this is the only option. This is the best option.
I mean, USF 400 to center, 325 to left, 370 to right. That's not crazy to me.
I did not know it was 370 to right. My
That's
God.
a big field.
That's bigger than I thought.
I mean, it's not massive.
No, to left it's like a minor league park, kind of to center it's a minor league park. To right,
Yeah, I mean, they're playing in a minor league park already.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you USF would probably welcome, because they already have their football team is up and coming. They're building a football stadium right now. They would just ask for some rent. They would say, hey, just pay us some rent to come and play here. That would be a more feasible solution than playing at the Yankees spring training stadium, where the Yankees also had to lay off a bunch of workers from the Tampa Tarpons because they're moved to the backfields and they're not going to see as much revenue this season. I think it's an incredibly fucked up situation that was bungled by the Rays organization, probably more by Major League Baseball. I feel like this would be more of a Major League Baseball thing, because they're not just telling the Rays, go figure it out. You know, we're not helping you with this. Just go fucking figure it out. I feel like this is a Major League Baseball thing, and I think the ESPN Wide World of Sports is right there. They're 2 hours away. And they do college games there, right? I think they do some
they do
semi-professional.
They do a tournament every year, like a round robin type of tournament for college baseball. I might have seen that field when I was like 13, but I haven't been to Orlando in a hot minute.
The stadium at ESPN Wide World of Sports. Here we go. I mean, it recently was the home of the GCL Braves until they moved to Cool Today. The Rays have been spring training there since 2020, or in 2023, or since 2023.
It's got to be in 2020. I'm pretty sure
I think it was only
Port
in
Charlotte.
2023.
I think they're still Port Charlotte.
Oh, you know what? They might have had it destroyed in one of the other hurricanes or something, or they had some damage from that. Either way, it hosted the Orlando Rays at one point. There was an Orlando Rays team. So
a minor league team, yeah.
Yeah. So 335 to left, 400 to center, 335 to right field. That's not horrible. That's doable for a Major League Ball club. So anything but the Yankee Stadium, I think, would have made sense because they don't care about the dome or not. So I think it's just funny. It just shows how sad the Rays how sad of an organization the Rays are. And like as much as I hate the Rays, I don't want them to be sad, because I want our games to be fun and feel like we're fucking battling when we're there.
Yeah, and
we're not playing a little brother.
It's kind of not fair to the organization too, because they're not going to sell nearly as many tickets. I mean, we give the Rays.
They've sold out every home game, Caleb. They've sold out every home game.
And what's the capacity of that stadium? There's no
11,000. I think.
And the Trops probably triple that. I don't know the exact number, but
I think they're around 27, 28.
It's not like they always pack the Trop, but I've been to a near sold out game at Tropicana, and they'll fill that place out on certain nights. So that's
Red Sox, Yankees, Cardinals, like the big teams, when they come, they do pretty well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I always go when they play the Red Sox, so it's always packed out.
It's at least half Red Sox fans, if not more. Yeah, Steinbrenner seats 11,026
Yeah,
fans.
that can't be good for the revenue either. Obviously, I'm not well versed in the upper management part of stuff and how the finances go, but I would venture to say that 10,000 for a sellout is a lot worse than 30 something thousand for a sellout. Again, not to their control or anything, so
Yeah.
it's kind
We
of
want to talk
shit out
about
of
Little
luck.
League ballpark. Left field at Steinbrenner. So this is actually pretty equal to Yankee Stadium. 318 to left, 399 to left center, 408 to center, 385 to right center, and 314 to right field.
I think that's pretty on par with the actual Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, that's sad.
Obviously, I'm
That's.
not some loser that knows the Yankees dimensions off the top of my head, but I think it sounds pretty close.
I also people talking about the torpedo bats and the Yankees just hitting tons of home runs. A lot of people forget how small Yankee Stadium is. I watched that opening day Yankees game. Those home runs were not even close. They were just barely over the wall. Any other stadium, they're not homers.
The Wells leadoff home run, I believe I saw, was only a home run in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
They probably had a couple more home runs like that. I don't know off the top of my head, but I think the Wells homer and one of Volpe's homers was only a home run in Yankee Stadium, conveniently to that little dinky porch of
Short
morons that hang
porch.
out there.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't think we've had a show since the news about Brett Gardner's son. R.I.P. to his son. It was really sad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Seeing Judge do the flex as much as when Gardner played, I did not like him. He's always been a stand-up guy. He was like a great grit guy for the Yankees. That's why you hated him so much, because he was just fucking gritty. It was really sad to hear about his son. Seeing the Judge homage was really sweet too.
Oh yeah, I mean, we neither of us have kids. We don't know how that feeling is or what he's going through, but that's got to be horrible. That's got to be a really. I couldn't even put it into words.
You don't wish that on your worst
no,
enemy.
never.
Like never.
Especially
never.
to a dude like Brett Gardner. I mean, like you said, we grew up not liking him, but we kind of had that respect, almost as the same kind that Yankee fans had for Dustin Pedroia. Like you want to hate him, but he's a gritty guy. You got to respect the way he plays the game. And
yeah,
I mean, nobody deserved that kind of thing to happen to their family.
Yeah. So R.I.P. to Miller Gardner.
Miller Gardner.
Very sad. All right. I think. I don't know how much we actually talked about the games, but we had some good discussions about just baseball in general. Let's go over the weekend series. Weekend baseball is just. I think it's the best. Like I love weekend baseball more than anything, especially Friday night. Let's start with Tigers White Sox. Just give me a sentence on guess what you're looking to see in like Tigers White Sox. Maybe the White Sox just continue this trend of competence. They're 2-4.
This series doesn't excite me. I think the Tigers will do something this year. I think they'll be fine. I feel like 2-4 is even too high for the White Sox of a record. It like based on their roster and how many guys you've actually heard of, or how many guys have been in the league for more than a couple of years. I would be shocked if the Tigers do not sweep.
Double play ball, baby. Double pull.
Yep.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
Look at the pitching matchups for that weekend. Yeah, they got
8 shutty Garrett Crochet. Let's fucking go.
Dude, I'm so glad.
That's why you paid him that money.
That's why you fucking pay him. Garrett Curry. I'm gonna order a jersey.
And I love that backhand from Bregman too at third. Oh my god! Because if that ball gets by, that's a run at least. Because that's a slow chopper.
Okay, my overview of this Tigers White Sox series is to watch for the pitching. The Tigers pitching. I really like all three guys going. I like the whole rotation, obviously, and but this is you got Jack Flaherty Friday. I think I know he pitched against the Dodgers. Now I'm pulling up his stats. Yeah, he didn't do too terribly against the Dodgers. I like Jack Flaherty too. Reese Olson. Oh, it's not Reese, is it? Yeah, it is Reese. Okay. Reese Olson is kind of intriguing to me. I like his stuff. I want to see how his season plays out. And then Jackson Jobe Sunday, who I freaking love triple digits. He's 20. He's in his lower 20s. So I'm excited to watch the Tigers pitching. That's going to be mine.
Padres Cubs currently 7-0 Padres as of Wednesday night. And the 5-4 Cubs.
For me, I'd say let's make it double digits. Get the win streak in double digits. The Cubs are coming off of beating the hell out of Oakland, or sorry, not Oakland, the Athletics.
Still Oakland, man. Still Oakland.
But I mean, I want to see the Padres keep proving everybody wrong. I like watching the Cubs. I like some of the guys they got, but I mean, Nick Pavetta's going Saturday for the Padres. He looked really good this week. So yeah, I'd take the Padres in this series, and I'd say keep it rolling. Don't stop.
Jays Mets. Jays hot start. Mets 3-3. So you probably want to see some more out of them.
I want to see Juan Soto put the team on his back. I believe this is their first home series for the Mets. That feels right.
I think
this is their opening
I think the northern teams they wait about a week for.
Yeah, this is the opening weekend for Citi Field. Yeah, they're in Miami. So I want to see Juan Soto carry the team and give the Mets fans what they've been waiting for, what they've been waiting all off season for. I think this is the series that he just goes nuclear. I can never say that word right.
That just reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons. I think this is a good. These are two teams where you kind of expect them. I mean, the Mets are very in the running for the East, and the Blue Jays are not even close. I mean, their offseason was more defined by Vladdy, and what are they going to do? Are they going to maybe try and lock him down? Vladdy clearly does not want to be locked down. He wants to test the market. This is a good kind of fork in the road for both of these teams, where you could see the Blue Jays have started hot, and then maybe we can see them kind of switch and veer off onto completely different paths.
These are two teams that they're not the favorites in their division, but you just can't sleep on them, just simply for the bats.
Yeah.
Especially the big bats.
Yep. We don't even have to really talk about this.
I know exactly what series you're looking
Rockies.
at. Yeah. This is
one word. I'm giving it shit. That's all I'm giving it. No, nothing else.
I've got 3 words. Rooker in course. I want to see a 500-foot homer out of him.
That's all. All right. 500-foot homer. Watch for that. Yankees Pirates. No Paul Skeens pitching against his probably future team. I don't know why Skeens gives me Yankees.
Don't put that
so much.
No.
I don't want to put it on you.
Stop.
I don't want to put that evil on us.
Stop it.
But he just has Yankees vibes. Like, he just looks like he's a Yankee to me. It's like Clemens and his older. I don't know why. They just have that vibe. Like, Clemens later in his career just had the Yankee vibe. Even when he was in Houston, he had the Yankee vibe. He just looked like a Yankee. Skeens looks like a Yankee to me.
I just like to dream of a Crochet Skeens top of the rotation. Skeens would probably be first in that rotation, as that was the specific order. But, man, I don't have a whole lot for this. For this series, it's to see if the Yankees are as good as they've made themselves look for the last week. I mean, they beat up on a iffy NL Central team, and now they're getting to face another iffy Central team. They're not running into Skeens. Jared Jones is still, I think, on the shelf. They are getting Mitch Keller Friday, which could be a fun game to watch, but then after that, it's Andrew Heaney and Bailey Falter, the 2 more lefties that throw 90 to 92. I think the Yankees might wipe the floor with the Pirates in this series.
The Pirates have, I think, last year they were this team, and they're going to be this team again, where mid-season they're kind of hovering around 500, and we've seen them do some great things against some great teams in the first half of the year, and that makes you think that they're going to be good and maybe sneak into the playoffs. I think that's what we're going to see, and I think this is a great opportunity to give us that smoke screen of, oh, maybe they're good because they took 2 or 3 from the Yankees. And maybe I think it's really the Yankees coming back down to earth a little bit. but I would love to see just the Pirates take 2 or 3. I think they maybe take that Friday night game with a late run in the 8th and then take the Sunday game handily.
Revenge game from Andrew Heaney. Let's go.
That's true. Very big revenge game for Andrew Heaney. Mariners Giants West Coast battle here. Got a Verlander. That's it. Verlander. Give me Verlander. I want to see Verlander.
Yeah, Verlander, I was watching his first start against the Reds. He didn't look too bad. I gave up a homer or two. I mean, the Mariners, this might feel kind of comfortable for their pitching staff because they already pitch in a pretty pitcher-friendly park. The Giants, for the most part, that park's pretty pitcher-friendly. See, you got Bryce Miller going game 1, Brian Wu. I mean, anyone you name from the Mariners rotation can be pretty good. So that's kind of what I want to keep an eye on, is because it looks like it's the bottom crop of that Mariners rotation. I can't find who they got Sunday. Who's pitching Sunday? Are they even playing Sunday? Oh, it's TBD. So maybe game 3 we won't get a start. He's just a stud. You just can't hit him. He's got that disgusting sweeper. The kick change. Just probably using a shitload of sticky stuff, but TBD's really got that it factor.
Yeah, I remember when TBD was coming up, nobody was talking about him, and you and me were just like, holy shit, look at TBD. Like, this guy is all the money on him for Cy Young. TBD, give me him. Lock him up for Rookie of the Year, Cy Young. Give me MVP. Do that full sweep of the awards for TBD. Love to see it.
But I'm excited to see Bryce Miller and Brian Wu throw. I thought one of those two guys was going to be a Red Sox by the end of the offseason. The Mariners decided to hang on to all their guys. So those are two guys that I kind of like. They're kind of slept on just because of the top of that rotation. So I'm ready to see how they look.
Yeah, and I mean, that Mariners rotation last year, they were just riddled with injuries. Towards the end of the year, they just could not keep up. They were really struggling towards the end there.
Yeah, that whole
but they were good. I mean, that was a good rotation.
Oh, I think it still is. I don't know if anybody's hurt. Oh, I think George Kirby started the year on the IL. That might be why the whole TBD is showing up for Sunday. But I mean, even without George Kirby, this is a top 5 rotation in baseball, maybe top 3.
Oh yeah, they just need to stay healthy. That's all. That was the trouble last year. You just want to see them stay healthy. So I would love a Wong Dong right now, top of the 9th.
Just don't see it.
Love Connor Wong.
I want to.
D-backs Nats. Nationals, tough start. I think we expected a little bit more from them.
Yeah, I want to see the 2 rookies getting it going for the Nats. I want to see James Wood. I want to see Dylan Cruz pick it up. I don't think Cruz has a hit yet, unless he got one tonight and I haven't seen. But James Wood and Dylan Cruz, I have both of them on my fantasy team, and they are both killing me tremendously. But I know a lot of people picked Dylan Cruz to win Rookie of the Year. I mean, number 2 pick out of LSU. He was right behind Paul Skeens. Had those expectations coming up. Hasn't shown it. He had a couple flashes last year, but we haven't seen that LSU Dylan Cruz potential Mike Trout like superstar that some people may project him out to be. And James Wood's just a monster. I'm not worried about either of them, but I think when those 2 guys get it going, you're gonna start seeing the Nationals maybe creeping up close to the Mets and the Braves in the division. I think the Braves are gonna get out of last place at some point. I don't see them being in last.
The Marlins are not. They're not going to let that happen. No, that's their spot. That is their spot. They're not letting that shit happen.
Yeah, when those 2 guys are going,
Wong walk. There you go. Got a Wong walk.
Who's going to close? Is it going to be Slayton or Chapman?
Chapman. He's warming right now. Well, it'll be. Hopefully, it'll be a bigger lead than 3-0.
Yeah.
Live on Apple TV. Series of the weekend. Dodgers Phillies. Of course, they put the best series or the best game of Friday night on the worst streaming platform on the planet. But Dodgers Phillies, I'm really excited for this one. Besides like the regular season, we haven't seen them face each other in the postseason since 2009 or 2008 and 2009. Is that right?
Has it been that long?
Or was it 2009? Yeah, because they both. I think they ran
into each other in one or both of those years, but I did they not play each other recently? Or am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking of. I kind of tuned out and meshed together all the Dodgers postseason appearances in the last 7-8 years, so I've lost track of who they've played against. But I mean, it kind of feeds into what I was going to say about the series. It's an NLCS preview. I think these are the two teams that I have going all the way in the National League. And
Really good uniform matchup. I love a good red versus blue uniform matchup.
yeah, the aesthetic is pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, it was 08 and 09 they met in the NLCS. Before that, 1983, and then 1978 and 77.
And they haven't since. Wow.
Not at all. I know. Pretty surprising. I would love it if they went back to that like 80s Phillies logo. The maroon.
Yeah, with the stripes on the jersey. Yeah. That's clean.
Yeah. Let's give the Dodgers the Brooklyn B too. Just send them back to Brooklyn.
No, we don't need another insufferable fan base in New York. We already have two.
Man. Marlins Braves, the Braves getting a layup finally after this. I mean, this was a tough opening stretch for Atlanta, to say the least. And that was a very hurt team last year. But they get the Marlins, they're 4-3, but come on.
This series is the Braves' chance to get back on track. And this is their tune-up game before the real season starts. Their season hasn't started yet. But I mean, the Marlins have been surprising, even being above 500. But no, I think the Braves break out of their little funk here this series.
We want to see the brooms. We want to see. I mean, just not even like close games. You don't even want them close, or maybe you get a little worried if you're a Braves fan.
Maybe one close game, but I want to see those bats get going. You mentioned Riley earlier. Riley was terrible. I'm pretty sure Michael Harris has been pretty bad. Is Acuna playing? Acuna hasn't started playing yet, has he? I don't know if I've seen him. But I saw a graphic of their scoreboard at the stadium and showing all the batting averages like they usually do, and it's just everyone's 150, 170, 180, 140. That's not the Braves team we've seen the last couple of years, and it's not like there's been too much turnover on the team. It's kind of mostly been the same guys since 2021, 2022, with maybe a couple of guys here and there coming and going. But for the most, this core has been the same, and the supplemental pieces around them aren't different enough to warrant freaking out.
Yeah,
so I think this is
the double play.
This is going to be the tune-up series for the Braves. They're going to give everyone a reason not to worry about them, or to worry about them, depending on who you're fan of.
Mark Bowman said on the 31st that Acuna will come to LA at some point in April. Hope is he'll be cleared at that point to begin cutting and doing some of the normal outfield drills.
Okay, I figured he hadn't started playing yet because I feel like I would have seen more of that on Twitter.
Yeah. O's Royals. I'm really kind of excited for this series too. I think this is a really interesting series because these are two kind of young cores where Baltimore, it's definitely not cute anymore. I think I've said it before where it's cute when they get into the playoffs. Everyone's been like, oh, they're young, so, they just want to get the experience. This is the year to do it for you. And I think Kansas City maybe has one more year of that because last year was a little, I mean, not that it was unexpected, but they were young and they didn't exactly do what they wanted to in the playoffs. So these are two teams, I think, really at the kind of the same point, close to it in the American League. And I think the Royals have gotten the best of the Orioles in the past couple of playoff series. They've seen each other.
They might, 2014 when the Orioles went on that magic couple game stretch in the postseason against the Tigers. I think they went on to play the Royals, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Royals went to the World Series that year, 14, lost to the Giants. But this is kind of an interesting matchup because these aren't two teams like you think of the heavy hitters. It's like, I don't want to sound demeaning in saying it, but the little guys, like it's. But hopefully, Gunnar Henderson should be back soon. I don't know for sure if it'll be this weekend, but I saw he's hitting bombs in his rehab assignment in AAA, so I think he should be healthy enough to get back. Because I like watching the Bobby Witt, Gunnar Henderson, kind of squaring off. Hopefully, by the end of the year, they're going head to head in the MVP race. But I kind of like the guys the Royals got going. Seth Lugo finished top 3 in Cy Young last year. Michael Walker's figured it out, and Chris Bubich was nasty a couple days ago in his start. So I like what the Royals got going. They're 2-4, so not a ton to show for it, but I've been big on the Royals this year, and I think they'll be fine. I picked them in this series.
Baltimore 0-6 in their history against Kansas City in the playoffs.
Baltimore's 0-something against a lot of teams in the playoffs, I feel like.
That's true. Rays Rangers also live on Apple TV Plus. That's a series I'm fine that they put on Apple TV.
Yeah,
put that shit over there.
I'll watch an inning of that whole series, maybe.
You think an inning?
Maybe.
I might watch a pitch because it was forced on me on Instagram. Or something.
Depending on who's pitching in these matchups. I mean, I don't think they'll have McClanahan. I don't think there's a timetable on him coming back. The Rays, I think this is okay. DeGrom's pitching Saturday. I'll probably watch some of that. But this is, I think, the year that I'm saying the Rays finally crumble to pieces. I've kind of been saying that for the last couple of years, but this year I feel like I really mean it, especially with the Red Sox actually being on paper competitive. And the Rangers pitching was really interesting this series too. Kumar Rocker and Jacob deGrom. We didn't get to see Rocker, but I think the Rangers beat the hell out of them. I'm not high on the Rays at all. The lineup doesn't excite me. The pitching doesn't excite me. For once, their bullpen doesn't excite me. I love Pete Fairbanks, though. He's an electric factory. But, I'll take the Rangers in this series.
Reds, Brewers. The Brewers just want to get back on track.
They kind of have to, but they won't have Freddie Peralta for this series, I don't think, unless he goes Sunday. But he pitched today, so I don't think so. Brady Singer looked really good his first start with the Reds. He was traded this offseason for Jonathan India, the 1-for-1 swap. Former Gator, love the Gators.
Love Brady Singer, dude.
We love Brady Singer around here. And then I just have no faith in the Brewers pitching outside of Freddie Peralta. I'd take the Reds in this series. This looks like a bad season and coming for the Brewers, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they're kind of that, like, they've been there, so they're wasting a playoff spot. It's very Minnesota Twins-esque team, I feel like.
That's kind of how
it's maybe it's just they're in the Central.
And I actually think that will be the Reds this year. I think they'll fill in a playoff spot and probably get bounced pretty quick, but they're fun to watch. I'm high on the Reds this year. Ellie's using the torpedo bat, hit 2 home runs with it in the game. So if anyone's going to challenge Shohei for MVP, I think Ellie's up there as one of the guys that can do it.
Guards, Angels. The Angels are so bad they had a position player pitching on opening day.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
See, I like Jorge Soriano. He looked really good this past week. This is another series that just doesn't get the juices flowing. The Angels have kind of had a hotter start than people expected. Mike Trout's fucking back, baby. Hit a home run today. And the Logan O'Hoppe grand slam was pretty sweet. I was watching some of that game earlier, but I want to take the Angels in this series just get the demon magic and keep it going. Ride it out as long as you can. I haven't seen the other pitching matchups for this weekend, but I do like Jose Soriano. Never heard of the dude they're throwing Saturday. But I'm excited to see what we can get out of Bivey for Cleveland on Saturday. That'll be pretty fun. And then just that Sunday game, bet the over. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness.
Holy shit. That's not good.
The pitching.
The best ERA in that game is 5.40.
Yeah. And it's Tyler Anderson.
Yeah, and it's early, but
Tyler Anderson, who I think off the top of my head, he throws 90. Former first round pick, by the way.
Yeah. And then we'll wrap it up. Cards, Red Sox. It's It's feeling like 13. It's feeling like 04. Hopefully, it's not feeling like 75 or 67.
They lost to the
67?
Cardinals in
Yeah.
46 and
Oh,
67.
and 75.
75
Or
to
was
the
that
Reds.
that was the Reds?
The
That was the
Reds.
Reds.
I mean, finally, baseball at Fenway. I think even though the team's kind of started out slow, we're about to get this win here and get the vibes up a little bit. But coming back home to Fenway, you're coming off the Crochet extension, the Christian Campbell extension. Rafi's got a 2-hit game. Maybe he'll get it going just in time for the Fenway opener. I'm not sold on the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are very good. I don't think the Cardinals think the Cardinals are very good. I want to think of a. I'm not going to do it, but I was trying to think for a second of the Shannon Sharp Red Sox in 5. I wanted to think of a rhyme for it. I couldn't do it, but give me the Red Sox in every single game, play, pitch imaginable. I think they're miles better than the Cardinals, even though we've played miles worse than the Cardinals.
I need to see a Trey Turner moment from Boston. We
See,
can't for Rafi. You
I
can't
feel
be
like
going out there booing him.
I'm kind of on the side. I saw a tweet about that. I'm kind of on the side of thinking that might be corny as hell. But I think just the
Don't
energy.
boo him though.
No,
I guess even just like clap for him like normal, but don't boo him. And if you do that, you should just be kicked out of Fenway.
The people that would boo him or want to boo him don't have the energy or battery in their wheelchair to
go to the games.
Yeah, just those fat assholes on Twitter. No, but I think he won't get a standing O. I think he'll get a nice little applause, especially after he got the 2 hits tonight. But just that energy in general of Fenway is going to get. I think it'll spark the team. Because Bregman mentioned it plenty of times in interviews that he loves the energy, feeds off that kind of stuff, and he's definitely going to get it opening weekend at Fenway, regardless of the team's record. That place is going to be packed out, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch and hear the crowd noise going when we get our first Fenway homer of the year.
Yeah, I think that first pitch, like when you go to the game, everyone's going to forget about all the drama. I think once you're at Fenway, because there is a little bit. There you go, ground ball. There you go, Sox win. Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go, Sox win. Let's fucking go. Chapman gets it done. We have said this off air. We are rooting for the baseball that comes out of Aroldis Chapman's hands. We are not rooting for Aroldis Chapman as a human being. Just can't do it. I can't do it. He is that has done some deplorable things. Don't support it. So yeah, fuck no. There is no like Koji moment. You're not going to see like a Koji moment from the fans.
I hope the worst for him, but at the same time, I hope he has the best season of his career.
Well, I hope the baseballs that are coming out of his hand have the best seasons of their career. I'm not rooting for him.
I hope his fastball has the best season of its career.
I hope it's the most accurate fastball of all time, but I don't connect that baseball to the person on the mound. That is just really sad what he's done. Yeah, that's a good way to wrap it up. Go Sox. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out Spring Hill Sports as well. They're a new episode dropping Wednesday as well. And I will see you next week.